Hey guys, it's Michael. Today is your Monday, July 13th, second stimulus check and second stimulus package update. And the government is being very, very frustrating right now. In today's video, I'm going to go over how Dr. Fauci has been sidelined by the White House as he steps up blunt talk on the pandemic and says how things are not looking good right now and things are getting worse. In addition to this, we're going to go over how 57% of people who applied for unemployment have not been receiving their benefits and they have not gotten paid yet. And finally, we're going to go over how states are reopening and we are seeing single-day case records shattered every single day. Yet all while this is going on, the federal government is simply on a recess, not doing anything but talking. And with all of this going on, it seems like this is the perfect time that they should be making decisions because people are not getting money, people are losing their jobs, and cases are getting worse. But before we get started, don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when we download the Webull investing app using the link down below, and get $5 immediately when you download the Acorns investing app using the link down below as well. Anyways, let's get right into it and let's go over what is going on, why this is so frustrating right now. So 4 months into the worst recession since the Great Depression in the US, tens of thousands of workers across the country have filed for jobless claims to receive their state unemployment benefits and also get the extra $600 per week and $2,400 per month payments. However, many people have yet to receive payments, and for many people on top of this, the one-time $1,200 stimulus check is long gone. That money has already been spent on bills that lasted maybe a month, maybe 2 for some people, but that one-time $1,200 stimulus check is long gone for most people. People like Alexis Herdez, who is a 23-year-old from Lexington, Kentucky, has been filing for unemployment every single week since April, shortly after she was laid off. But more than 2 months later, she still has not received payments. And there are tens of thousands of people in this exact same situation. That means they're not receiving their state unemployment benefits. And on top of this, they're also not receiving their $600 per week and $2,400 per month unemployment boost, because if you don't receive state unemployment benefits, you don't get this boost. So that means millions of people are living without either of these payments. Thus far, just 57% of people who applied for unemployment and filled out an application have been paid. 57%, that's it. According to the Century Foundation, who is a nonprofit think tank that analyzed the latest available jobless claims from the Treasury and from the Labor Department. So 57%, that means that only 18.8 million people out of 33 million claims have been paid nationwide. So this is very frustrating right now because the government is simply on a recess, on a July recess, which means they're talking, but they're not going to pass anything or ultimately make any final decisions until they come back. Meanwhile, millions of people have not received their unemployment payments, and the one-time stimulus check is long gone. Moving on, the White House has moved to sideline Dr. Anthony Fauci, who has worked under 6 different U.S. presidents on both party sides, and he is the nation's top infectious disease specialist. They are cutting some of his planned TV appearances and largely keeping him out of the Oval Office for more than a month after he has disagreed with President Trump. So politicians on both sides right now want to show how the country is getting better, how the economy is improving, and how we're seeing a V-shaped recovery. So when Dr. Fauci has been coming out and saying that the country isn't doing well and how we may need to lock down again, well then these officials have been trying to limit his TV appearances. And this is very, very annoying because he is the top infectious disease expert. He hasn't just served under President Trump. He's served for 6 different U.S. presidents, both Democrats and Republicans. And ultimately, he's saying things are getting worse. And if you look at the data, it's pretty obvious that things are starting to get worse. So it's frustrating right now that people in the government, they're just taking their time passing more stimulus, yet things are getting worse. People are losing their jobs and unemployment will go back up if we see more shutdowns initiated. In an interview, Dr. Fauci said that as a country, when you compare us to other countries, how the U.S. is doing, he said, I don't think you could say we're doing that great. I mean, we're just not, he said. In addition, he responded to the president's claim that 99% of virus cases in the U.S. are totally harmless, saying he didn't know where the president got this number from, and he suggested that Trump's interpretation was obviously not the case. So ultimately, from his past experience, Dr. Fauci doesn't care if Republicans, Democrats, he's been looking at the data of what's going on. And right now we're seeing dramatic increases all across the country in the number of cases. During a Fox interview earlier last week, President Trump said that Dr. Fauci is a nice man, but he's made a lot of mistakes. And flat out, he said the other day that he disagrees with Dr. Fauci. Some of the reasons why White House officials have said they kept Dr. Fauci out of the Oval Office, limiting his TV appearances, they said, is that they are concerned about the number of times he has been wrong about things. They pointed out how at the beginning of the pandemic, Dr. Fauci said that at this moment, there is no need to change anything that you're doing on a day-by-day basis. He said this in late February, and White House officials are saying he was wrong, how he needed to shut everything down, but ultimately, he may have been wrong a couple of times in the beginning of the pandemic. However, just looking at the facts and the data right now, there's really no debate. Things are getting worse and cases are increasing all across the country. We saw over 60,000 cases a number of days this past week, and Florida shattered the single-day record for the most cases in a state on Sunday, with more than 15,000 new cases in one state. Florida surged past the previous record, which was set in New York, which was more than 12,000 cases in a day, and that occurred in April, during the height of everything in the pandemic and everything going on right now. So ultimately, no matter what party you're in, it doesn't really matter, because things are getting worse with the testing. Whether you're saying they're testing more people now, it doesn't matter. There are more cases, not just in Florida, in states all across the U.S. Also in Houston, leaders are calling for another lockdown because cases have been increasing there as well. They're running out of room in hospitals, and hospitalizations are increasing as well. A judge named Miss Hidalgo from Texas said, not only do we need a stay-at-home order implemented, but we need to stick with it this time until the hospitalization curve comes down and not just flattens. So ultimately right now, not just in states in the South and West, but states all over the country, things are getting worse, and the government is simply on a July recess, not passing more stimulus measures. On top of this, people are not able to receive their unemployment benefits, which means they don't get their state unemployment benefits, and they also don't get the boosted unemployment benefits, which is the $600 per week and $2,400 per month. The government is saying things are getting better, everything's getting better with the economy, because it is ultimately an election year, and it is good for them if they say the economy is doing well. If they say the economy is doing terrible, nothing's getting better, well then it wouldn't help their re-election chances. Right now, if more stimulus isn't passed, people aren't able to receive their unemployment payments, well then things are going to get worse. Between that and virus cases increases, the federal government shouldn't just be on a July 4th recess just talking. There should be more action going on right now, and while they are talking, and that's great, they can't make any final decisions until they're back from this July 4th recess on July 20th. So anyways, that is just a quick update on what is going on today, how it is very frustrating how the federal government hasn't made any major moves to pass the second stimulus package because they're on a recess. And they're on a recess when things are getting significantly worse all across the country. So that is your Monday, July 13th, second stimulus check and second stimulus package update. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to get your 2 free stocks valued up to $1,400 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. Get $5 when you download the Acorns investing app. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like the video down below, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.